Ever feel like you're kind of stuck? You're going in circles trying to reach your goals, but keep hitting the same walls.
Yeah, I think we've all been there.
Yeah, it's like, what's the point, right? So that's why I wanted to dig into this video. It's called The I Am Secret They Don't Want You to Know. Goddard's Methods.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it promises to help us unlock like a hidden power within us. Supposedly, we can manifest our dream lives, but like effortlessly.
Effortlessly. Okay, I'm intrigued.
Right. Sounds kind of too good to be true. But we're talking about Neville Goddard here. He was a thinker who really believed we're not just along for the ride in life. Like, we're actually the drivers.
I've heard that name before, but to be honest, I don't know much about him.
So Goddard explored this idea that our consciousness, our thoughts and awareness, it's like the key to shaping our reality.
Yeah.
And that's what really caught my eye about this video.
I mean, it makes sense. We've all tried those vision boards, the positive affirmations, maybe even visualized ourselves like achieving a goal.
Exactly.
But sometimes it just doesn't quite click.
Yeah, like you're doing all the right things, but still.
Right. So maybe we've been missing something. And that's where Goddard's teachings come in.
Okay, so fill me in. What's the missing piece, according to Goddard?
Well, he suggests that our consciousness, it's more than just these like fleeting thoughts. It's like this powerful energy that can actually shape the world around us.
So it's not passive. It's active.
Exactly.
Okay, now we're talking.
And the video makes this really interesting connection to quantum physics. It suggests that modern science is now validating ancient wisdom.
Oh, wow, that's a big claim.
Right. And the video points out that everything in the universe is energy vibrating at different frequencies. That includes our thoughts, too.
Okay, so every invention, every building, everything we see around us, it all started as a thought in someone's mind.
That's the idea.
Whoa, even this deep dive we're doing right now was once just a thought.
Precisely. And that's what I find so fascinating about Goddard's teachings. It suggests we have way more control than we realize.
We're not just reacting to the world, we're creating it.
Exactly, with every thought.
Okay, so let's unpack this I am concept that the video keeps mentioning. Goddard isn't just talking about the words themselves, right?
No, not at all.
It feels like he's hinting at something much deeper.
Definitely I am is more than just a phrase. It's like this activation of this creative force inside us.
Okay, I'm listening.
The video uses this analogy that I really like. It says consciousness is like a garden.
Okay.
And every I am statement we make, it's like planting a seed.
I like that.
So the question is, what are you growing in your garden of consciousness? Thoughts of abundance, health, love? Or are you letting those weeds of doubt and fear take over?
That's powerful. It makes you really stop and think about the quality of your thoughts.
It does, doesn't it?
Speaking of powerful, so the video shares this story about a woman named Sarah who was dealing with a chronic illness. She had tried like every treatment imaginable.
Oh, wow.
But nothing seemed to work. Then she stumbled upon Goddard's teachings and started changing her I am statements.
So instead of saying I am sick, she started focusing on I am healthy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I am healthy. I am vibrant.
And what happened?
Well, her health actually started to improve. Even her doctors were surprised by her recovery.
That's incredible.
It really is. It's a powerful example of how shifting our internal state, our I am, can lead to real changes in our lives.
So it's not just positive thinking, it's about shifting our fundamental beliefs about ourselves and the world.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the law of assumption, which the video explains as a key principle in Goddard's teachings.
The law of assumption. Okay.
Sounds pretty intense, right?
It does. What does it mean?
Well, the law of assumption, it goes beyond just hoping or wishing for something.
Right.
It's about assuming it to be true with absolute certainty.
So no doubts whatsoever.
Right. Goddard suggests that what we assume, without a shadow of a doubt, it must materialize in our reality.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
It is. It makes me think about learning to ride a bike. At first, you're wobbly, unsure. You might even fall a few times.
Yeah, I remember those days.
But once you get it, you don't even think about falling anymore. You just know you can ride.
Yeah, you just do it.
You assume it to be true, and your body follows suit. Is that what Goddard is talking about?
I think that's a great analogy. It's about that unwavering confidence, that inner knowing that something's already true, even if it hasn't shown up in the physical world yet.
So the challenge for us becomes, what assumptions are we holding on to that might be holding us back? Are we assuming we're not good enough, not worthy, or not capable of achieving our dreams?
It's a good question for everyone listening to consider.
Because if we're unconsciously assuming limitations, we might be unknowingly sabotaging our own success.
Like self-fulfilling prophecy almost.
Right. Now let's dive into this concept of living from the end. It seems to be more than just typical visualization, right?
Absolutely. Living from the end is about shifting our entire state of being to align with our desired reality.
So it's not just picturing ourselves with the outcome. It's about feeling the emotions, embodying the thoughts, even acting as if that desire is already fulfilled.
You got it. It's about closing the gap between where you are now and where you want to be by merging your present state with your desired future state.
So instead of just visualizing myself landing my dream job, I would start to feel the success, the confidence, and the satisfaction that comes with having that job. I might even start walking and dressing like the person who already has that dream job.
Exactly. It's all about embodying that reality now.
The video suggests a simple but powerful exercise. Just imagine someone congratulating you on achieving your goal.
Ooh, I like that.
That act of imagining someone acknowledging your success can help make it feel more real.
It's like anchoring that feeling of having already accomplished your desire.
Exactly. And that leads us to another fascinating tool, imaginal acts.
Imaginal acts? Okay, this is getting good.
So are imaginal acts like creating mini-movies in our minds? What makes them different from just regular daydreaming?
Well, imaginal acts are deliberate and specific scenes that we create and play out in our imagination. And they're designed to imply that our desire is already a reality. Goddard was very specific about the importance of keeping these scenes short, vivid, and sensory-rich.
So the more real we can make it feel, the more powerful it becomes.
Exactly.
So if someone is trying to manifest a loving relationship, they wouldn't just imagine themselves with a partner. They might imagine walking hand in hand on the beach, feeling the warmth of their partner's hand, hearing their laughter, smelling the salty air.
That's it. The key is to engage all the senses and make the experience so real in your mind that it evokes genuine emotion. It's like you're stepping into that desired reality and experiencing it fully.
Okay, I have to admit, I'm listening to all this, and part of me is thinking, this sounds too good to be true. I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels a little skeptical.
Oh, absolutely. It's completely natural to have doubts, especially when we're encountering new ideas that challenge our existing beliefs.
So how does Goddard explain it when things don't seem to go our way, even when we're trying to apply these principles? What about all those times when we feel like our efforts are falling flat?
That's where Goddard introduces the concept of mental barriers, those deeply ingrained beliefs and assumptions that can block our ability to manifest our desires.
Mental barriers.
Yeah, he reminds us that even the most deeply held beliefs were learned at some point.
Oh, interesting.
And if we can learn them, we can also unlearn them and replace them with new, more empowering beliefs.
So it's like realizing that our assumptions about reality, those things we take for granted as true, are actually just that, assumptions. And we have the power to choose which assumptions we want to live by.
Exactly. We have the power to decide whether we want to cling to those old limiting beliefs that keep us stuck, or whether we want to embrace new, expansive beliefs that open us up to a world of possibilities.
It's about recognizing that we're not victims of our circumstances. We're actually the architects of our reality. And that brings us to this concept of the bridge of incidents, which the video describes as a mysterious element of the manifestation process. It sounds a bit like stepping into the unknown.
The bridge of incidents is one of the most intriguing aspects of Goddard's teachings. It's the idea that once we start aligning our consciousness with our desires, seemingly random events begin to occur that guide us towards those desires, even if it doesn't make sense logically.
So it's not always a straight line?
Nope. It's like the universe starts rearranging itself to match our new internal state.
So we might not see how it's all going to play out, but we just have to trust the process.
Trust is key.
The video shares a story about a guy named David who was dreaming of starting his own business, but he had no money or experience. He decided to focus on feeling like he was already a successful entrepreneur.
Interesting.
And within a few weeks, he randomly met someone at a coffee shop who ended up becoming his mentor and investor. Talk about a lucky break.
Or perhaps it was the bridge of incidents in action.
Right. Goddard suggests that we shouldn't get too hung up on figuring out how things will manifest. The key is to trust that the universe will orchestrate the necessary events to bring our desires to fruition. So it's like surrendering control and having faith that the universe has our back.
Exactly. It's about letting go and allowing the magic to happen.
Now, speaking of surrendering control, let's talk about the revision technique, which the video presents as a powerful tool for dealing with past experiences that might be holding us back.
The revision technique, okay, I'm curious about this one.
It might seem a little controversial at first, but it's actually quite profound. It involves mentally revising past events to align with our desired reality.
So we're changing the past.
Now, before you jump to conclusions, it's not about denying what happened or pretending that the past didn't occur.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So it's not about changing the facts of what happened, but changing our perspective on those events. It's like editing a movie. We're not changing the scenes, but we're choosing which scenes to focus on and how we want to frame them.
So we're reframing our memories.
Exactly. The revision technique is about recognizing that our memories are not set in stone. They're fluid and malleable. And our present state of consciousness can actually influence how we experience and remember the past.
Interesting. So our current thoughts can shape our past.
In a way, yes. It's not about changing what happened, but changing our relationship to those past events.
I see.
So if someone had a difficult childhood that's affecting their current relationships, they could use the revision technique to focus on moments of love support or even just neutral interactions, no matter how rare they might have been.
So we're highlighting the positive even in seemingly negative situations.
Precisely. The key is not to try to change what happened, but to change our relationship to those past events. By revising our memories with a more positive and empowering lens, we can shift the emotional charge they hold and prevent them from negatively influencing our present and future.
So we're taking back our power from those past experiences and choosing to focus on a more empowering narrative.
Exactly. Now let's be realistic. Transformation doesn't always happen overnight.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes consistent effort and a lot of patience, right?
Absolutely. While some people might experience immediate results with these techniques, others might need more time and effort to shift their state of consciousness.
And that's okay.
Totally. It's like learning a new language. Some people pick it up quickly, while others need more practice.
But with consistent effort, everyone can become fluent in the language of conscious creation. It's about developing that inner muscle and building our capacity to manifest our desires.
Consistency is key.
And this brings us to one of the most fundamental realizations in Goddard's teachings. The power we're seeking isn't something we need to acquire from an external source. It's something we need to recognize within ourselves.
We already had it.
Exactly. Goddard had this famous quote, "Your imagination is God." I know that might sound a bit controversial, but he's not talking about a deity in the traditional sense.
So what does he mean by that?
He's using God as a metaphor for the creative power that resides within each and every one of us. It's the same power that's been spoken about in various spiritual traditions throughout history.
Like what?
Phrases like, "The kingdom of heaven is within you," or "You are the universe experiencing itself."
Yeah, I've heard those before.
It all points to the same truth, that we are not separate from the creative force, but rather expressions of it.
So we're not begging an external force to grant our wishes. We're tapping into that infinite power that already exists within us.
Exactly. And aligning our thoughts, feelings, and actions with our deepest desires.
That's powerful stuff.
Really is.
So we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive into Neville Goddard's teachings. We've talked about the power of I am statements, the law of assumption, living from the end imaginal acts, and even touched on the revision technique.
We've explored the idea that our thoughts are not just fleeting things, but powerful energies that can shape our world, and that we have the power to choose which beliefs and assumptions we want to live by.
We've also talked about the bridge of incidents, those seemingly random events that can guide us towards our desires, and the importance of surrendering to the process and trusting that the universe is conspiring to support us.
But perhaps the most important takeaway so far is that the power to manifest our dreams is not something we need to acquire from an external source. It's something we need to recognize within ourselves.
It's all about inner transformation.
Exactly. And in the second part of our deep dive, we'll explore how we can take these principles and put them into practice in our own lives. We'll discuss the steps we can take to cultivate our conscious creative power, and we'll delve into some specific techniques for manifesting our desires. Stay tuned for part 2.
I can't wait. You know, it's really empowering when you start to grasp just how deep Goddard's ideas go.
It is right. This idea that we're not just watching everything happen around us, but we're actually shaping our own reality.
Exactly. And it's interesting how his ideas seem to connect with so many other spiritual teachings, even if they use different words.
Totally. It's like they're all pointing to the same truth. The power to change our lives. It's not out there somewhere. It's within us.
Precisely. Like all these different paths leading up the same mountain, you know? That realization that we have way more power than we think.
Okay, so let's get practical. If someone's listening and feeling inspired, like, okay, I'm ready to start manifesting my dream life, What's the first step?
That's the big question, isn't it? And the video does a good job breaking it down. It all starts with making a choice.
So a choice between living with those old limiting beliefs that are holding us back or stepping into this new way of being, this conscious creation where we actively shape our reality.
Exactly. And that starts with becoming really aware of our I am statements.
Okay, remind me again, what are those exactly?
It's those unconscious affirmations we're always telling ourselves about ourselves and the world around us.
Oh, right, because each I am, it's like that seed we're planting in our garden of consciousness.
Exactly.
Are those seeds of lack, fear, limitation? Or are we growing a garden of abundance, joy, love?
Now you're getting it. And the video reminds us that Goddard's law of assumption, it's always at work, whether we realize it or not. Whatever we assume to be true with total conviction, it's going to show up in our lives eventually.
It's like gravity. You don't have to
Yeah.
think about it for it to work. So if we're always thinking, I'm not good enough, or I'll never achieve my dreams, we're basically setting ourselves up for failure.
It's like we're programming ourselves for those outcomes.
So we have to be intentional about the thoughts we choose and the beliefs we hold.
Exactly.
So, okay, we've planted the seeds with our I am statements. What's next? How do we actually cultivate them and help them grow into our reality?
That's where those techniques we talked about in the first part come in, living from the end imaginal acts, and even the revision technique.
Oh, right. They're like the tools we can use to water those seeds, nurture them, help them grow into what we want.
Exactly.
So just to recap, living from the end is about stepping into the shoes of the person we want to become, feeling the emotions, embodying the mindset of someone who's already achieved our goal.
It's closing that gap between where we are and where we want to be acting as if it's already true.
And imaginal acts, those are like creating those mini movies in our minds,
Right?
but with a specific purpose.
Right. They're designed to make our desire feel so real, so tangible, that it becomes almost impossible to doubt.
And then we've got the revision technique, which can be really powerful for dealing with past experiences that might be holding us back.
It's all about reframing those events, not denying them, but changing how we see them and letting go of the negative emotions they might be carrying.
So we're consciously choosing to align our thoughts, feelings, and actions with the reality we want instead of letting our past control us.
Exactly. We're taking the reins.
Now, you mentioned something earlier that I want to come back to, the bridge of incidents. It seems like that part of the journey where we have to kind of surrender control and trust that the universe is working its magic behind the scenes.
Yeah, the bridge of incidents can be exciting and maybe a little scary for some. It's where we let go of trying to control every little thing and let the universe do its thing.
So we set an intention, visualize the outcome, and then things start happening that seem to guide us toward our goal, even if it doesn't make sense at the time.
It's like following a trail of breadcrumbs you didn't even know you were leaving.
So we need to be open and pay attention to those signs, those synchronicities.
Absolutely. They can show up in unexpected ways, a chance meeting a book that catches your eye at just the right time, a sudden inspiration.
We just got to be ready.
Right. It's about trusting that the universe is working behind the scenes, even when we can't see the full picture.
Okay, so let's be real for a second. This stuff takes effort, right? It's not just sitting on the couch and daydreaming our way to a better life.
No, it definitely takes work. Conscious creation is a practice, a commitment to changing our inner world so that our outer world can change too. It's recognizing that we spent a lifetime training ourselves to focus on what's wrong, what we don't have, what we're afraid of.
Because it's easy to get caught up in the negative.
It's like our default setting.
So we have to work to reprogram our minds to focus on the positive, the possible, the abundant.
We have to train ourselves to see the world through a new lens, a lens of possibility and creation.
And that's where the magic happens.
That's where it all starts. When we break free from those old limiting beliefs and step into the limitless potential we all have.
I love that. It's like we're claiming our birthright as creators.
Yeah.
But what about those times when it feels like nothing's working? When we're doing all the things, visualizing, affirming, but not seeing results? What happens when we hit a wall?
That's when it's so important to remember that persistence is key. Like learning any new skill, mastering conscious creation takes time, practice, and a lot of patience.
Like learning an instrument. You don't pick up a guitar for the first time and suddenly become Jimi Hendrix.
Exactly. It takes practice, dedication, a willingness to learn even when we mess up.
And just like a muscle gets stronger with each workout, our ability to manifest our desires gets stronger with each effort, even if we don't see results right away.
It's a process.
So trust the process, even when it's tough. And remember that every experience, even the ones that feel like setbacks, are opportunities to grow and learn.
Every experience is a lesson.
So it's like planting those seeds and then patiently tending the garden, knowing that eventually those seeds will sprout and blossom into the reality we've been working towards.
Exactly. Now, there's one more piece I want to add to this. Self-love.
Self-love. Oh, that's so important, but easy to forget.
It's the foundation for all true manifestation. If we don't believe we deserve good things, if we're always putting ourselves down or comparing ourselves to others, we're blocking the flow.
It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom.
Perfect analogy.
So self-love is about knowing our worth, embracing our imperfections, treating ourselves with kindness, just like we would treat a friend.
It's about silencing that inner critic that tells us we're not enough and replacing it with a voice of encouragement.
Because when we truly love and accept ourselves, we create the space for our desires to take root and grow. We open ourselves to all the good stuff.
And we start to attract the right people, the right opportunities, the experiences that are meant for us.
Okay, so we've talked about the power of our thoughts, the importance of I am statements, techniques for manifesting persistence, self-love. It's a lot.
It is. And the best part is it's a journey. There's always more to learn, more to explore, more to create.
But where do we go from here? If someone's listening feeling inspired, what's the next step? What's one thing they can do today?
The video suggests a really powerful exercise. It's about identifying one I am statement that really resonates with your heart's desire, that one core belief you want to manifest.
So instead of trying to do a million things at once, we focus on that one burning desire, that one truth we want to bring to life.
Exactly. We choose one seed to plant and nurture with everything we've got.
So we laser focus our attention and then use all the tools we've been talking about to help it grow.
As we focus on that one I am, repeat it throughout the day, feel it in our bones, embody it as if it's already real. We're sending a strong message to the universe.
We're aligning our energy with our desire.
Precisely.
Now, I know some people might be thinking, but what about all my other dreams? Do I have to forget about them while I focus on just this one?
Not at all. Conscious creation is ongoing. Once you figured out how to manifest one desire, you can use those same principles for anything.
So we build momentum, starting with one goal, mastering the process, and then expanding our creative power to all our dreams one by one.
Exactly. And remembering that the journey is just as important as the destination. As we embrace conscious creation, we're not just changing the world around us, but we're transforming ourselves too.
We're becoming more aligned with who we really are, more connected to that creative source, more empowered to create a life full of purpose, joy, abundance.
And as we keep going on this journey, there's something else that often comes up. Surrender.
Surrender. Isn't that like giving up?
Surrender when it comes to manifestation, it's not giving up on our dreams. It's letting go of needing to control every detail of how they happen, trusting that the universe has a plan.
So not being passive, but releasing the need to force things to happen on our timeline or in a specific way.
Yeah, letting the universe work its magic.
So we might end up somewhere even better than we imagined.
Exactly. The video tells the story about a woman who was determined to have this new career in a specific field.
Okay.
She'd been working towards it for months, visualizing affirming networking, but nothing seemed to be moving. Then one day she got a job offer in a totally different field.
Oh, wow.
At first she was disappointed. It wasn't what she'd planned, but then she decided to go with the flow. She took the job, and within a few months she realized that this unexpected opportunity was actually leading her right to her goal.
So by surrendering to the unexpected, she ended up in a better place.
Exactly. Surrender isn't giving up on our dreams. It's letting go of our attachment to a specific outcome and trusting that the universe knows best.
Okay, I think I get it. But how do we actually practice surrender when it comes to manifesting? It seems kind of contradictory. We're actively creating, but also letting go.
It is a bit of a paradox, but it's powerful. One way to practice surrender is to just let go of any tension or anxiety we have about our desires. If we're always worrying about whether our dreams will come true, it's a sign we need to surrender more.
So instead of obsessing over how and when, we focus on feeling peaceful and trusting that the universe is working for us, even if we don't see it yet.
Exactly. We can also practice surrender by being open to new possibilities and unexpected chances. It might not look how we thought it would, but it could be even better.
So take a deep breath and say, okay, universe, I trust you. Lead the way.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
Now, as we get ready to wrap up our deep dive, I want to mention something that the video doesn't really talk about, but I think it's crucial: gratitude.
Gratitude. How does that fit into manifesting?
Gratitude is like a magnet for abundance. When we focus on what we're thankful for, our energy shifts from lack to abundance.
Oh, I see.
And when we're feeling abundant, we're more likely to attract more good things.
So instead of dwelling on what we don't have, we appreciate what we do have, even the small stuff. We shift our perspective to see the abundance that's already there.
Exactly. Gratitude helps us align with that energy of abundance. And when we're in alignment, it's easier to manifest our desires.
It's like we're telling the universe, hey, I'm already abundant and I'm ready for more.
That's the energy we want. It's a powerful shift. And as we move into the last part of our deep dive, we're going to explore how to use gratitude along with all the other techniques we've discussed to create a life that truly reflects what we want.
Sounds good. You know, it's crazy how just shifting to gratitude can like totally change your whole outlook.
It's like night and day, right?
Yeah. Instead of seeing what's missing, you start noticing the good stuff all around.
It's like those rose-colored glasses, but for your mind.
Exactly. And that change in energy, I think it sends a powerful message to the universe. Like, hey, I'm ready for all the good things coming my way.
And the universe listens. It starts lining things up, those synchronicities, those opportunities that fit with what you want.
It's like we're teaming up with the universe to create our reality.
Co-creation, that's a good word for it.
So we've talked about gratitude, I am, statements, the law of assumption, living from the end imaginal acts revision technique, the bridge of incidence, persistence, self-love, and surrender. Whoa, that's a lot.
It's right. We've been on a journey through Neville Goddard's teachings and this incredible potential we all have to shape our lives.
But before we wrap up, I want to touch on one more thing that's super important. Letting go of attachment to the outcome.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, but so essential.
It's about not needing to control every tiny detail of how things unfold. Trusting that the universe has a plan even if we can't see it.
Because sometimes we get so focused on a specific result that we actually block the flow.
Like trying to force a square peg in a round hole.
Perfect analogy. When we hold on too tight, we create resistance. It's like saying to the universe, I only want this if it looks exactly this way.
So we limit the possibilities.
Exactly. It's like saying, I only want abundance if I win the lottery, when there are endless ways for abundance to show up.
Right, so letting go of attachment doesn't mean giving up on our dreams.
No, not at all.
It just means we stop trying to micromanage and trust that the universe will deliver in the perfect way and time.
Like planting a seed and then having faith that it'll grow into a beautiful flower without you digging it up every day to check on it.
Exactly. Trusting the process, letting the universe do its thing.
That's it.
Now, I know some people might be thinking, what if it doesn't work for me? What if I do all the things and nothing happens?
That's a fair question. And honestly, there's no guarantee that everything will manifest just like we pictured it or exactly when we want it. But that doesn't mean these principles are wrong.
It just means there might be other things going on behind the scenes, stuff we don't know about. Or maybe there's a lesson we need to learn first.
Right. Sometimes the universe has a different plan, something even better than we could have imagined. But if we're not open, if we're stuck on that one vision, we might miss out.
So we got to be flexible and ready for those unexpected turns.
Exactly. And remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. This whole process of conscious creation, it's not just about getting stuff. It's about growing as a person, finding ourselves becoming more aligned.
It's about becoming the creators we were always meant to be.
That's beautifully said.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with this.
Mm-hmm.
What if everything you need to create your dream life is already within you? What if the power you're looking for is already there, just waiting to be unleashed?
I love that.
What if the only thing stopping you is your own belief in yourself?
It's a powerful thought, isn't it?
I encourage you to keep exploring these teachings. Try out these techniques and see what you can create.
The possibilities are endless.
Because you are a powerful creator. You can manifest anything you set your mind to.
To go out there and make those dreams a reality.
And that's a wrap on this deep dive into Neville Goddard's I Am Secret.
It's been a pleasure exploring this with you.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you learned something new and feel inspired to start consciously creating your own amazing life.
Until next time, keep diving deep, keep exploring, and keep believing in yourself.